What's up, gang? What's up, gang? What's up, gang? If you hear me moving around, mind your business. This a late night session, okay? Up, I just got the notification. We're gonna do this quick um, sound check. Yes, we're just doing a quick little sound check. I'm checking the sound. Y'all know it's a one-man show. One band, one sound. Y'all know how it go, how we get down. Ow. I'm feeling like I should do this with some headphones in, but I don't really like doing that because I want to make sure y'all able to hear everything. You know what I'm saying? And see what it's giving up and yada 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 and hoopla, hoopla. All right, I'm hearing somebody want me to jump past the hoopla. Anyway, um, this is gonna be a clarity reading. Um, this is gonna be a clarity. Let me clear my throat. This gonna be a clarity reading for Keair. I heard Keair. I heard a nigga named Keair was looking for some clarity, so here the fuck I am. Gotta talk to you like I know you. It's the only way things get through to you. Your brother's hard-headed, okay? Not you brothers, your brother in specific. This is gonna be a clarity reading. This is going to be a very specific situation. This may not resonate with everyone. Again, if your name ain't Keair, it's probably not going to resonate with you at all. But Keair wants to know he wants some clarity on what happened with his father. He has a festering in his chest, his mind, and his heart about what happened to his father, and I'm here to shed some light on that, as the Holy Spirit, the good Lord, has directed me to. Because I was gonna leave it as a burning idea to announce on TikTok one day as part of a series on part of another day, but he said no. So here we are, and this is not more of that hoopla. This is all part of it. This is all part of it. All right. So tell all right, Holy Spirit, guide us through this. Tell Keair what it is that he needs to know, what it is that he's seeking, the information he is seeking, the clarity he is seeking for the reasons that he is seeking it. The first two cards we got out here is Judgment and the Hierophant. Okay, this Judgment. If you hear my dog in the back, he's just sleeping and I'm pulling cards, so he's surprised. A Strength card is out here. Strength is out here. There's a flicker in the flame. Give me one more to start off with. This on this side, we'll take it. The Emperor. So the Emperor to the Judgment is talking about authority. The Emperor it speaks of authority. So this could be this father figure. I'm gonna slow this down because it's gonna go in between a little bit of channeling and a little bit of mediumship. Because I believe this is his first time hearing out loud what has happened to him as well. Right? So we have the Emperor here to the Judgment card, which talks about authority and making these calls. But this Judgment card also talks about a situation, the rectification of a situation being rectified by the divine, with the Hierophant being placed here. This is in order, in tradition, in law, in accordance with strength. This is something stronger than what maybe the lineage was used to. This was maybe a fight that the lineage may not have been used to. It was stronger than what the lineage been used to. It was actually a little bit more out of pocket is what this is giving. Fear is what's making you question it. In other words, what I'm trying to say here is it seems like your lineage has gone through some sort of war that was a war that was tested, waged, whatever. And to be honest, this gives more of a casualty. Virgo card, strong conviction. He was a casualty of war. Codependency card is out here. He was a casualty of war. And I say that as somebody with a military background, innocence, respect. He was a casualty of the spiritual war. The Chariot. This was also his someone doesn't feel like he transitioned. They feel like this was a judgment, like he was snatched from you and you would be correct. His judgment, or the judgment over that, was in order for this war to keep going, or in order, I don't want to say he was a sacrifice, but it comes along almost as if someone had to go, and that's who's went. That is who went. With the healing card here. Yeah, with the healing card here, this clarify the healing card. This is the Tower. Maybe he was healing from some other conditions, or hearing conditions and addictions, cycles. Maybe he was healing from something and he stopped doing other things. Again, this is like, it almost gives like a lifestyle change. So this is maybe why his death was unexpected with the Wheel of Fortune here. That's the first time he's heard that word, the D word, death. Ten of Cups. Yes, he was happy. Ten of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune here. 20. For him, everything got into alignment. But this is like some bad luck. New direction. He turned his life into a new direction, and it was taken at the moment it got good. This is some bad fucking luck. But it's not bad luck with the Cancer card here. It looks very hard from the outside, but it's a very soft situation on the inside. This is somebody waging war, a spiritual war. Not someone waging. This is the mirror effect. This is two people fighting in a spiritual war. This is a war had been waged back on your family. Your family may have participated in that war. At this point, I guess it doesn't matter who started it. I don't think that you care about this. Sacrifices. The Hangman and the Star. At this point, someone doesn't care who started the war. The casualties seem to be too great. I think there's been secret casualties for Keair that he may not have been speaking about. You may not have spoken about. Don't focus on monetary issues. Focus on spirit. He is. This feels like somebody seems like, or is convinced that they are following spirit, but you are still losing something, or at the ends of injustice. Something is feeling unjust, undone. With the Single, I don't know if you are experiencing a breakup, or you just want to be alone at this time, or you feeling the need to be isolated, feeling the need to be withdrawn. Not sure what this is. The Shadow is you too, the High Priestess. No, it's this question, it's this mystery. Somebody is being spent a story about what happened to Dad, something that gives you rest and with the rest and rejuvenation card, whatever the story they told you was supposed to give you rest and comfort, because I don't believe the real story would have been something that is, for everyday conversation. Unparalleled. The real story is unlike anything you've ever heard before. I don't mean to giggle, but it would be almost insane would be a slight word. I'm feeling a lot of tension and restriction to even say that. It feels like that would, to tell you the truth, like the bare ballsy ass truth, feels wrong. With my income is increasing, it just seems like in the Lover's card, it just someone was supposed to gain was supposed to cover this. The gain from this war was supposed to cover the losses. Rebirth, yes, the gain from the war was supposed to rebirth something, restart a cycle, maybe bring, it almost feels like bring a lot of this is going to sound fairy tale-ish, but it almost seems like This win from this war would have brought another lineage into like prosperous times. Uh, and it gives like very archaic, royal, prosperous times kind of deal. We've got grain, we've got corn, we've got whatever for the winter type shit. Not that you guys don't have, but this seems like ease would have flowed almost to the family in a way. With the messenger, speak your truth. You are a messenger, speak your truth. It seems like there would have been some sort of like another high priestess in the family. I think your family is full of high priestess and you just haven't realized it yet. You yourself even, I think even the way, I'm hearing the way you practice the middle way, the line between opposite extremes. So the way you practice is pretty mild or mundane compared to how the rest of your family practices. Here I am thinking I'm holding back information or trying to gently nudge it into you. But you know what's going on here far more than you're aware of. Argue for your limitations. What are the signs that you are missing? You've always known what the deal is. You've always known what it is that you all do. You just choose to call it something else. Trust your intuition. You choose to call it something else. You choose to call it something else. So then that makes this a little bit easier to explain because I'm not talking to somebody who's covered in innocence. You may be innocent of this like war here, but you're not innocent. No matter what happens outside of myself, I know that I am safe. We also have the Pisces card and the Scorpio card here. This is somebody who understands the flow of how these things work with these kinds of rebirths. And this, again, it seems as though like you may not have stood by fire. You may not have full out supported the war, but you're not against it. You're not against it. With the fire, Gemini, and water card here, you're not necessarily against it. You know how the person who started the war thinks, like, I'm getting a brother, but you know how they think, spiritual partnership, you know what they were standing to gain off of this. You understand what they're standing to gain. Yet and still, though, so why did someone go out of their way to lie? They lied to you about what happened to dad because of hermit, isolation, introspection. Somebody's at the, because the loss of your father brought somebody to the point of, it brought your co-conspirator to the point of their knees, thinking that maybe this is something I may not win. Just be alone and for now and develop your craft. Again, this is somebody heavy on like isolating themselves now, having to push away from the family farther than ever because they have taken something so far. They've taken what you guys considered the stability in your family. Maybe dad was the rock. You always have a choice. Followed by the Empress. The Empress is sitting alone now, but the Empress herself is not as innocent as well. This could be a mother figure. She may, it's like, she, again, no one, it's like your entire lineage is not, the entire family is not painted in in innocence. It's like you may not be directly responsible for this one war, but there's a lot of other shit you guys have done to people. Individuals, not even as a collective thing. There's just a lot of other things that you all have done that makes it so that this almost, it doesn't necessarily seem justified, but again, even in the way that it happened, it is justified. For me in particular, to tell this part of the story, it's somebody going down to the voodoo lady trying to get what the fuck they want, and then the moment somebody learns to do a return to sender or to protect themselves, then boom, a spiritual casualty, a casualty takes a hit. A spiritual casualty, if you will, takes a hit. And this is somebody you all feel like is an innocent bystander. Why is that considered an innocent bystander? Was he not a practitioner? The world. Was he not a practitioner? He may have been a praying man. He may have been a religious man. I don't think he was necessarily a practitioner. I don't see it. With the Lovers, though, he was partnered with one. He was paired with one for some reason. So maybe he didn't know he was paired with one, or he was unaware. He could have been unaware. But again, Dad doesn't know why he's still searching for the reason as well. He's still on the other side searching for the reason. He does need to be elevated, though, if you're at all interested in doing that. Six of Wands to the Gemini card. Public recognition. Public recognition. Something about public recognition. I'm hearing he was a good man. The Sagittarius card. I hear, like, you all don't speak enough about how he was a good man for him to have gone this way. The Emperor, yeah. You all don't speak enough about how he was a good man for him to have gone this way, and this way in particular. He feels like he had a few more years on him. Ten of Cups. At least 10. At least 10. That's cute. It's cute. At least 10. Income is constantly increasing. Again, this is a card of getting your shit together, building things up. He at least thought he had again, this is somebody who was like bettering themselves, becoming a better emperor. You're beginning to realize who you are. Again, this kind of feels like not knowing how he was, I don't want to say not knowing how he was betrayed by his son, but like, it feels like a why. To him, it's not necessarily a why, but also to him, it feels like was the war worth it? And I think he's upset because it's still not over. It's still not over, though. Like, he wants to ask, was it worth it? But it's still not over. There's been no rewards to reap from this situation yet. It is still an ongoing event. And I think that's something that kind of pisses him off, is because you guys are not clear vision here. You guys are not acknowledging him, or I don't know, has it been a year yet? Has it been a year? Maybe that's why his presence is so strong. Has it been a year and you guys haven't acknowledged him? Or were you very quiet and somber this year? Maybe the anniversary is passing and motherfuckers are not. That's bitter work. And I'm not saying he's bitter, but he has every right to be. He's quite frustrated. You got him as a fucking casualty in a goddamn war that he wasn't planning to fucking fight, barely even knowing that y'all are even doing the shenanigans, and you all can't even honor his fucking memory. His words, not mine. Yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting, to say the least. He doesn't believe you all can win the war. He believes you will sustain more casualties before you win. And he means, like, you'll sustain more casualties, and not as in a few casualties and then there'll be a win. Like, you'll sustain more casualties before you'd have the chance at winning. Before you'd ever have the chance at winning. It's like you're outmatched and outsourced, is what he said. Outmatched and outsourced. The Two of Cups. He doesn't respect the love aspect. He doesn't respect doing it for love. He doesn't respect going this far for love. fire, the Leo energy. It's as if he taught you all better, like lions, to be proud. This doesn't he doesn't feel like this is very proud work. This doesn't feel proud. He feels like I taught you to like walk away, know when you're too good for something or when something's no longer serving you. It's like I taught you to be better, is what he's kind of inferring with that lion there. But it's like he's also not proud of like this. He's saying all of this for love, and you still didn't get the person. Like you didn't get the guy. The war is still going. You've suffered casualty after casualty after casualty, and something's still going. Acceptance. Somebody is coming to the terms of acceptance, but they don't want to be viewed as a loser. Sorry, my dog's moving around in the living room, throwing me off. Somebody doesn't want to be viewed as a loser. They don't want to. They don't want to admit that they've gone through all of this for nothing. And it's been a lot. There's a lot of money spent, a lot of time spent, a lot of energy spent, a lot of people lost, a lot of good people lost, a lot of good things lost. This is losing a lot. This is losing a lot, more than just a parent. Somebody's suffered loss, dangerous amounts of losses, in order to prove what is what he's saying. What were you trying to prove? We have the sun and the moon. With Pisces, the heel, clear vision, and Scorpio. He was trying to prove to a Scorpio that he was his other half. If God created day, he certainly created night. The cards are 19 and 18 here, the sun and the moon. We also have heal. He did this to heal something. The intent was to heal something. This started out as like, I don't know what this started out as, but the intention was to heal something. To like put something back together again. I'm hearing Humpty Dumpty. 19 and 18. Hearing Android 18 or something like that. The sun and the moon. He tried to heal something, and I think he found out somebody had more gifts than they had let on in the beginning. The emotions, the pride, this has all become too great over a love situation. This has affected families, friendships, homes, lovers, money, dreams, ambitions, movement, energy. This is coming to a close. The Taurus, all you need is water. And finally, the 20 card is out here, Judgment. This is coming to a close. He's waiting for his Empress to join him on this side. Your dad's waiting for his Empress to join him on this side, and she may. With codependency here. She may out of a broken heart. Strong conviction, Virgo card. The High Priestess and Temperance. She may join him on the other side out of a broken heart. Agony. True agony. True agony. The shadow sides of war. True agony. I also think she bound herself to this person, so, you know how that goes. He's waiting for her on the other side. I'm not sure they'll meet each other, though. Leo and Taurus are out here again. The water at the bottom of the deck, but shall I leave this here, Spirit? Capricorn energy. I think you've got enough. Grounded. Unless you're a Capricorn. But anyways, I'm going to leave that there for you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You don't have to tell me if this one resonates with you. But if it does, sure, you're welcome to. In the meantime, in between time, it's all love in the hood. Peace.